There are two people in this world, people that love money and people that love people. And you have to decide which kind of person you are. I'm a goddamn supermodel.
Welcome back. My name is Nadia. Today, we are gonna dig into some of Tess Holliday's recent virtue signaling on TikTok.
It is so hard to have principles and integrity in an industry. It is so hard because so much money is thrown at you. And I just wanted to give you an example of something that I had a mentor tell me.
I don't think she's speaking from experience. I think she believes that she is. But this is a woman who did an entire press tour claiming to be diagnosed with a restrictive eating disorder.
You don't have to believe me, but do you really think that the medical community and nutritionists and all of the experts that they interview when they also interview me that agree with me, do you think that they're all lying?
When Tess first started doing interviews, she actually used to open up about her emotional eating and how that impacted her weight gain. And she was dealing with a lot, to be fair. We're going to talk about that a bit later, but that's a pretty believable backstory for her. I think only people who want to believe that Tess Holliday has a restrictive eating actually believe that.
So just remember how absolutely batshit crazy you sound saying this, because I'm right, you're wrong.
She wants to be the face of this restrictive eating while also selling merch referring to herself as Lana rating the fridge.
You guys have been asking for this for so long, and I finally delivered Lana rating the fridge, one of my favorite designs.
And despite her anti-diet persona, one of the first jobs she accepted was to be the face of a show that she wasn't actually on that focused on weight loss. Losing is their only hope. That's what this image says. But sure, teach us about integrity, Tess Holliday.
So years and years ago, one of my first clients, and I was still working at a dental office at the time. I was working front desk reception, and I was modeling as well. And my career was really starting to take off. And I was also at the dentist office, and I was having a hard time juggling both of them. So my client at the time was this guy named Jeff, and he ran a brand called Orchard Corset.
On the screen right now are some pictures from the Orchard Corset photo shoot she's referencing here. And she basically just goes on to say what an amazing experience she had.
And you know, I had an amazing time, and I came back, and the dentist I was working for basically told me, like, you have to make a choice. Like, you can't keep leaving the dental office to do modeling jobs. And I felt really torn because I loved the dentist office I was at, but I also wanted to take a risk and try modeling full time. And I was scared.
I'm sorry, this feels a lot less dramatic than she is trying to make it seem. And it also seems worth noting that she is trying to relate her experience to someone who just turned down a $60 million brand deal.
I am just sitting in bed scrolling before I take a shower, and a video came up of Cenat talking about how he turned down $60 million, $50 million, and how he learned that not all money is good money. And it's something that I wanted to just share a little bit of, because it is so hard to have principles and integrity in an industry.
Truly, I think if you offered Tess a $60 million deal, she would betray everyone and everything that mattered to her if that's what it took. I don't like talking about people like this. I generally try to see the best in people. She makes it so hard.
I know. And I was scared. I didn't know what to do. And I called basically Jeff, my mentor. He became my mentor. And I called him, and I said, I explained to him kind of everything that was going on. And he told me, Tess, I want to tell you something. There are two people in this world, people that love money and people that love people. And you have to decide which kind of person you are.
Guess which kind of person Tess thinks she is.
And I knew in that moment what person I was. I was a person that loved people. And I had an opportunity to reach more people and to do the work that I loved in a meaningful way if I chose my modeling route.
She wanted her modeling dreams to come true because she loves people so much. That's the story she's trying to sell here. Like it was some altruistic dream for her to want to be a famous supermodel. Superstar. It seems more related to the self-obsession.
What would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'm a 10.
A 10?
Yeah.
That's like flawless though.
Yeah, I am flawless.
I just need a moment for how cute I am. I don't think y'all understand how hard it is to wake up every morning and be this thick and this beautiful. It's not easy.
Someone recently asked me where I get my confidence from, and excuse me, that is a question for an ugly person. All right? I have my confidence because I have a mirror and 20/20 vision.
And this is exactly what I would expect from a vain, sort of self-obsessed person, to try and frame their dreams of attention and fame as some kind of favor to us.
Yes, it's so kind of you.
I didn't have really money saved. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have a plan, but in my heart, it felt right. And I am so grateful for that opportunity because I have had so many chances to make these large amounts of money. And sometimes when I I'm looking at my bank account, I'm like, man, maybe I could have done differently, coulda, woulda, shoulda. I don't think that way as much anymore because I know that's what is meant for me will always find me. And it's just a little reminder for you guys to start this new year, to just really listen to yourself and listen to your gut, and that integrity means more than you can put a price on.
I have no idea how she thinks that this story communicates that she is a person of value or principles. Leaving your job as a receptionist to pursue your dreams of being a supermodel is not the philanthropy she thinks it is, and in no way is the same as turning down a $60 million deal to stand by your values. And I'm gonna follow this with a clip of her complaining about the modeling industry from the parking lot of a burger joint.
I'm sorry, but what in the fresh hell is this? Fashion gets real.
If you can't see the screen right now, the Fresh Hell is a digital magazine cover. There are 7 models on it. They're all wearing some kind of jeans and white top, and they are all thin.
Creativity for everyone. Isn't everyone so creative? I just want to know if the creativity is in the room with us.
Creativity for all actually seems to be a reference to the fact that these models are dressed from pieces that range from $7 to $1,000. The point is supposed to be about how the worlds of luxury fashion and affordable fashion are beginning to collide.
Allegedly.
So this actually is about accessibility and inclusion, even just from a price standpoint. Most of us have to buy our clothes, so the price of clothing affects everyone. But despite being a lover of people, Tess doesn't seem concerned at all with what other people have to deal with. She is just concerned with being a supermodel.
Because the lack of diversity on this, especially because the cover says creativity for everyone, is baffling. They have one model that has a darker skin tone. It's all the same body type. When is it getting real? Because this is real crappy.
This is also a picture of real people who were probably really excited to get this gig. And if everything else stayed the same, but they just added Tess, pretty sure she would be excited about this cover too.
This is real crappy. This is real silly. It's real silly. This is absolutely just not okay. This is not what we collectively want to see in fashion.
You know, a lot of people say that about her modeling. They say, why would anyone want to see that? So it's just kind of weird for someone who has dealt with that to take this position where she is now critiquing models for being the wrong shape and the wrong color. Also, we're talking about modeling right now.
This is absolutely just not okay.
Seems a little bit dramatic.
There's so many models that are so diverse that could make this cover just...
I wonder who she could be talking about right now.
And where are they? They're not working, I'll tell you that, because I'm sitting in a Red Robin parking lot right now, meeting with a friend. Not on set. Not on set. Like so many of my friends and colleagues.
At least she said it. And honestly, my first thought was mean. It was maybe if you were at Red Robin less, you'd get more work. But that's actually not true. I think the only reason she broke into the modeling industry is because of her size.
So what are you trying to say? I am confused. Because I have been on the cover of multiple magazines and I've been featured in Vogue.
Modeling is so competitive, but it is a lot less competitive when you're a size 22, which is where she started apparently. Even the first agency who signed her is on record as saying she was a cool size with a pretty face and she had more followers than all the other plus size models combined.
Also, pretty sure models eat all kinds of places. like maybe Red Robin. I mean, that's where my son picked and wanted to go eat, and I don't know, I wasn't like really stoked about it, but they have endless fries. But then they like brought out our food and there were like 5 fries on my plate, and I was like, what the hell is this? Kind of like how I felt when I saw that American Vogue cover for this month. I was like, what? I want more. This is crappy.
Spoken like someone who really struggles with restricting. Her size and her social media following are the main reasons she broke into the modeling industry. And Tess acknowledged this early on in her career when she said that she wanted to get jobs because of her ability and not rely on social media for validity. That was 10 years ago though, and things have not changed. Social media is what made her, and it's what keeps her relevant. She was basically fast-passed into one of the most competitive and cutthroat industries on the planet because of her exceptional size. And it seems like she's trying to play dumb about that now.
We are kicking off 2025 with this to look up to. Give us something to be excited about.
She's attempting to mask her plea for work as a plea for diversity, and I'm just not buying it. She just did this 6 months ago.
As someone that has worked in fashion and diversity and inclusivity for the last 14, almost 15 years, it is so incredibly disheartening to see what has happened with the fashion world. If you do not fit the standard of beauty, then it doesn't matter how long you've been in this game, who you are. And I would be lying to you guys if I said that I wasn't absolutely crippled by the fear of how quiet work is.
Again, at least she's saying the quiet part out loud. I don't think Tess is a people lover. I think Tess is a Tess lover. But I'm going to end this on a note of understanding. Maybe you already know this, but I just learned that Tess's mom is actually a survivor of DV. Specifically, she was shot twice in the head. And this happened when Tess was 10 years old. Her mom has had to overcome a lot to be where she is today and to still be smiling, no less. And Tess is actually on the record as saying this event is what led to her overeating. She remembers putting a whole pack of crackers in her soup not long after her mom was hurt, and how good that made her feel. And that makes a lot of sense to me. Honestly, she makes more sense to me after learning this. Not saying that in a way that I condone her toxic behavior, but I think it makes it make a lot more sense. With that being said, her trying to assert herself as a person of integrity, kind of unbelievable to me. She could work to become that person, but right now, she is not that person. And the cherry on top is for her to try to claim that her supermodel dreams are actually for us.
I'm a goddamn supermodel.
That is all of the tests that I can take for one day. Let me know what you thought down below. I could feel myself being more harsh in this one, but I just really don't think she's a good person. So I find it extra annoying when people like this try to cosplay as good people. That's just my opinion. I want to hear yours. Y'all, it has been almost 3 years of doing this with you on YouTube. It's kind of hard for me to believe. Anyways, I'm going to talk a bit more about that in the next one. Everybody take care. I'm going to have another video up very soon. Bye.